So, hopefully the reverb's not on there. It's coming through, but it's only coming on one and two, and I don't think I'm getting capturing one and two, so that's cool. I hope. I like the effect on my end because it's just kind of ethereal, but I don't want it to go out there. Anyways, as the title suggests, there are no rules. There's just techniques. So I hope that's coming across clearly. That is this going through loudly? Yeah, it seems like it's coming through. You know what? Just to be safe a little bit, bring a little bit of volume. There we go. I hope it's come across broadly that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't claim to know what I'm doing. I don't claim to be like an expert at this or anything like that. Anything I'm doing, I got OBS like maybe a month or two ago. So I mean, yeah, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants at all times. I have watched some of the reviews and stuff like that of how to do things. I get the concepts and stuff, but I don't. I refuse to believe that there's any one way because I've watched several people talking about the proper way to run a compressor, and they all get great results. There was that one guy, something after dark. I can't remember what his name is, but he's got one. His mic sounds really fucking dope. He's got a good voice and sounds like a good radio voice. He's like, we want to talk today about compression. Like, dude, all you need is like some camp, hey, and this is what you want to do. Like, dude, come on, stop, stop. But no, he gets good compression, gets good mixes, and like his actual music is actually really good too. So you know what I mean? That's you're getting good results. You got good music, and your microphone's sounding way better than my shit. And I think he programmed. Not only does he, I think he builds his own compressors and makes the plugins also. It's called something after dark. I don't remember. But he does a lot of like tutorial stuff. That's actual like if you want to know how the right way to do things. Apparently he nails it and he gets like a really good. But I don't want to know like the way that he does it, so that I can duplicate that. I want to know the way he does it, so I can get. Okay, I see how you do that. Okay, how do you do it? Okay, that's a cool technique and that's a cool sound that you get for metal. Does it sound better for R&B? What do you got for rap? That definitely sounds better for rap because I can hear the clarity better. What do you got? Isn't that better to be like a rounded person rather than be like I've got one technique for cutting mix, EQ. I've got one EQ I can use. Is that the you mind if I download? No, fucking dude. If you're in someone else's studio, it's just the same. As long as you got the concepts. Okay, I don't really have like a high pass, low pass. We'll figure something out. You got a foot. Okay, you got a foot pedal. Okay, we can just do a high pass, low pass on the foot pedal as it's coming in, and just reroute that through there. You know, what I mean, you have the concept of what you want to do. Now let's find a way to do it. It's kind of like what I was talking about with those different consoles. There's a 73, an 81, and 84. They have different tones, and if you hear something in the 84, you could just turn on the 84 because you actually are in 2025. You're not in 19. You can, and you don't have to buy the individual You can just set it on 84 and get that, or you can use what you know and try and get that same sound of that. How would we get that sound in 1971 with this stuff? Was limited. This has more tube warmth and stuff to it. Let's run a big tube warmth through on the and see what happens. It might even sound better. Then we can control how much tube. It might actually sound better. Yeah, then modern tube stuff. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's not do a modern tube. Let's like do a tube preamp. I mean, we could have got a tube preamp from a Neve back then, couldn't we? Like, oh yeah. Why don't we run that on there? We're still within the time frame. I didn't say we're limited on budget. I just said we're limited on the time frame. No, not that amp. We can choose from any amp that was around before 1980. We're trying to get that sound with this stuff, or close to it. That was the fight that they were having. The sound they heard in their, Black Sabbath, their earlier stuff. They're trying to get the sound like now there's a Tony Iommi, so he's playing the sound that he hears in his head. It's not seem to be as popular, does it? I mean, it's still good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's just not as popular. It's more like the fight there, the struggle with it, trying to get the thing, gave it an edge. that people really dug. That extra bit of like the singer's fucked up and he's barely in time with everything. It gives it a nice little syncopation. I was thinking about that earlier, you don't want to get so fried that you can't perform. You don't want to be so sober that's not your life. If that's who part of what you're doing, that's your life is actually sober and you don't get fucked up on stage, because then you're not going to be prepared for handling that. But that's kind of the risk. You see Keith Richards kind of do a tumble, like a little bit of a stumble as he's walking out, and like, oh no, oh no. And he kind of looks at the crowd and just laughs, and then just bam, same thing. Like, this is a chord. I'm not looking. Oh, we're good. We're good. No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, if it wasn't high, I would have seen it, but let's roll. If you start me up, I'll never fucking stop, bitch. But yeah, man, there's no rules. There's guidelines and tips and tricks. The rest are just techniques. It all boils down, in the long run, to a bit of psychology, a bit of natural talent, and a bit of luck. And you get lightning in a bottle. One thing that happens from generation to generation is the generation next almost always goes, that's not music. If you listen to that voice, then you'll start tuning in and following what they say. If you say, fuck you, that's the same thing they said about your music. That's what your parents said about your music. That's not music. Perry Como to fucking hippie shit. That's not music. Listen to Star Spangled Banner. That's disrespect for the Star Spangled Banner. And we're like, I've got to change everything about the way I play guitar. That broke all the rules in like the most beautiful fucking way possible. The drummer kept up, but there was a lack of confidence because, I think Jimmy all the time. I don't think he ever felt like he was Jimmy. He felt like he was Jimmy, but he wanted to play the Jimmy of drums. Mitch Mitchell goes, yeah, I'm that guy. Because listen, he's playing along the whole time. But without the bass player kind of doing stuff too, you get kind of, you know what I mean? Like, and he's kind of left out there hanging by himself. But Mitch just played with him enough. He's like, no, he wants you to fucking get in there, dude. So it sounds weird. You've never heard of Sky Church music? What the fuck? Have you not been listening to Jimmy? Electric Ladyland? Nothing. He's so much so that have you ever been to Electric Ladyland? Not the studio. It meant so much to him that he named his studio Electric Ladyland. The song Electric Ladyland. The album Electric Ladyland. Have you ever been to Electric Ladyland? It started there, and then it became a fucking idea, and then it became a song, then it became a studio. It was like an encompassing thing for him, obviously. Have you ever been experienced? Not necessarily stoned, but beautiful. I got my dad on that one. Because I came back from Michigan, and I'd been like tripping acid and smoking, and we got into like a debate and stuff. And I was like Jimi Hendrix said, man, have you ever been? Like, yeah. And he's talking about going through the different drugs. And I'm like, Dad, not necessarily stoned, but beautiful. And he just goes, fuck it does. Go, yeah. It's not about getting high, motherfucker. It's not. Have you been experienced? Yeah, I've done all kinds of... No, motherfucker, not stoned. Beautiful. Have you ever been? Where the hell I have. Let me prove it to you. Ain't no proving truth, baby. That's according to science. You can't prove anything true. You can only prove things false. So if your assumption when you start is that there is no God, you can never prove that true. You can only prove that false. Right? That's your beginning theory. And the conclusion has to be what? Okay, well, in this one exception. Well, that kind of works for like rocks and stuff, you know. I mean, but with this one, except for this one exception, rocks do not behave that way. It works for that. Aside from this one duck-billed platypus weird thing that lays eggs, and yet is still warm-blooded but has a bill. Fuck the platypus. Okay? It's fucking up our plans of what we have to say. Just listen to what we're saying, okay? Aside from that one, they don't. You understand? Right. Except for an abomination. No. It means it happens. Whether you like it or not. If it happened there, what's to say that didn't evolve to something else that we don't know? To the kiwi? I mean, well, who knows what the fuck, you know? Who knows? Who knows? You gotta talk about evolution. How do you know that it just stopped there? It's a platypus. It's a water animal that goes on land and lays eggs. That's some weird shit, dude. It's like a penguin took a long swim to Australia. Like, yeah. Is that a duck? And that thing was, is that a fucking beaver? Ooh. But look at that tail though. We get my bill and your tail together. I think we can do some shit. All day long, baby. We can be just slapping Bill and Tail. Come on. Bill and Tail's Excellent Adventure. 69, dude. Oh, shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do. Because I don't care too much about shit that most people care about. Is it a problem? Maybe. Maybe. No one understands shit, and so... Dude, it was so dope the other day. I went to go pay my water bill. Car's been wrecked, so I've got a bus pass. It's $40 a month. I don't have to buy a fucking... Not $20 a month. I don't have to buy a car, do gas, insurance, none of that shit. And I can do everything from Kingsley to Traverse City. It's just really dope. So, yeah, I mean... You can pay that in gas money, man. So I just get on the bus and let them handle the insurance and the driving and the licensing and shit. I don't even have to get a fucking driver's license, you know what I mean? I don't have to get my shit renewed at all. I don't get a registration. I don't get my inspections. I don't got none of that, dude. They got to do that. And that one guy that was in there, yes, am I signed to that Blue Effects out of Boston? Yes. Do I make a lot of money? No. Am I alive? And yeah, and so I was riding back, and I think I told the story. My voice was hoarse, and if I would have, it would have been like just the crown on top. But that's why it made me think of it. Okay, so I go down to pay my water bill, and as I'm walking through I had to walk through the parking lot where the bus stops. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool to catch a bus down there. And I'll just walk back. I'm like, oh, you never know. I might be able to catch the bus when it comes, when I'm coming back. And so I walk all the way down there, and I'm like, well, I'm going to stop by the pharmacy. Because I was going to go to the thing and just kill some time and just whatever, and just do whatever order I wanted to do. I do what I wanted to do. As I'm walking, I'm like, they're open. Just go stop by the pharmacy and get your stuff, instead of going down to the thing and then coming back down. What if the bus comes? And so I'm like, yeah. So I run in there, I gotta wait a little while, get my prescription. I get out, I go pay my water bill, talk to Deb at the place, and you want a receipt? I'm like, nah. She's like, thank you. I'm like, I didn't know that was a big deal. So yeah, I had my little receipt from my money order. They want to pay online. If you pay online, there's an extra $3. I need the exercise. Fuck it, I'll walk. Especially during the summertime. Yeah, I don't mind walking back and forth, but during the cold, it's fucking cold. And my feet were starting to get kind of like I'm not looking for this walk home. And right as I walk out of the fucking, okay, so you pay your water bill. If you were to go out and go around the corner, we can go through, but I mean, there's like a conference room. If you go out and around, there's a library, right? And so as I'm coming out of paying the water bill, I look down the street, and the bus is coming back behind the back way as it does to come back around the library where there's a stop, and then cut back and go back to the Northland. I'm like, okay, if he's going to town, like if he's coming from, because he just cut back there, I didn't see where he came from. If he's coming from Northland, I would have to get on the bus and ride all the way to town, and then wait to turn right on the back. And I'm a lazy shit, but I'm not. Will it be warm? Yes, but I'll just kind of like briskly walk and try and get the blood pumping better. My feet are fucking cold though, so I'm praying he's going to. And so he pulls up, and I have my card out ready just in case. I'm like, to or from Northland? He's like, going to. You got the best time in the fucking world, pal. I love you, man. And the guy's just cracking up. I'm like, boop. Oh, man, that was just shit. And I sat down. I'm like, I don't know why. So going back to whatever. And I'm like, I even got a fuck. This is why I did. Yeah. So the guy that was riding, I was riding a while back. And the guy had the radio on. My voice was really hoarse. It's not good now because I'm smoking and it's just raggedy from screaming and shit. I'm evolving my voice to more of a scream. I'm getting rid of all that, like the high end. I never really sang there anyways. So if I cut off some of that, I can build some more. Yeah, I mean, and actually sing with it without losing my voice and without going hoarse every time. But getting it into shape again because it's been a long time since I've done that, since like a while, and we're doing more of that with Troth. And it's like I said, my voice is evolving, and I'm giving up on the higher end at all completely, and going more into this Phil Anselmo shit. It's actually I'm really liking it. So my voice is gone, and this song that I can easily sing is on the radio. I'm like, quietly, I'm trying not to bother. He's like, all right, now it'll make me turn the radio off. I'm like, God, is it that bad? And he's like, I'll turn the fucking radio off. I was like, would it help if I think I told you I'm signed out of Boston on a record label? And he's like, and you're riding the bus? And I'm like, I do what I want to do. It costs, nothing really because low income. I pay $20 instead of $40. I don't have to worry about car. I don't worry about insurance. I don't have to worry about gas. I get everywhere I want to go. He's like, huh? And I lean back. I'm like, I do what I want to do. I was like, I don't have a boss. And he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. And as I was getting off at the fucking Northland, I was about to turn around. I kind of like did look at him. I was like, you have a nice night. Because his night was not over yet. Mine's over. He drove me home. As I was getting off, I almost turned around and was like, oh yeah, I've even got a chauffeur. And then turned and walk away. Because I can call a beta link, right? And because I'm on low income, if I do the three, it's normally $6 there and then $6 back. But it's like $3 for me. $3 there, $3 back. Come on, man. And they come pick me up at my house and take me where I'm going. Now, if there's any stops, it's like an Uber ride. If there's any stops on the way, anybody else that calls, we got to go by there. But if there's not, they just pick me up and drive me. And there's usually very few people on the bus. Which means there's probably a few people on the beta link. I could be wrong. There could be a lot of people on the beta like, I don't want to wait on the bus. Because it's the same thing. It's a bus. It just goes from where you want to go to where you want to go. From where you are to where you want to go. And then you schedule another one from where you want to. And the time, when you want to be picked up and whatever. Will there be 2 or 3 other people on there? Possibly. Do you have to stop while they get off of theirs? But is on the way to your place, and do you have to stop at all the bus stops along the way? No. So if it's ever an important thing, if I'm at, somewhere in Traverse, there's not a bus going out to Kingsley for another 2-3 hours. Look and see if there's a beta link. $3, hop on, straight home. To and from, there's not one getting close enough to where I want to go. Once I get downtown, just be on foot, man. You're on foot. I could use the exercise. Like I said, I like it. I like walking around, especially during the summertime. It's dope because downtown, like by the beach and stuff, there's like really nice sandy beaches around here. And they got volleyball nets and stuff, and they got, a bunch of shit. I'm a bit more in shape now, so I might be like, before at 2:30, there's no way I'm going down there playing any fucking volleyball. But now I might be like, yeah. But especially by the time summer gets here, if it does, I might actually be in shape enough to be like, yeah, I'll do it. I won't be like fucking like, but as long as I'm not playing like a violent kind of like, spiking everyone. I like the one where you just volley, I just like playing. I like the exercise. I'm not really into like winning. That's not really my thing, man. I do like, when someone does try and strategically place a play, and then you have to like fucking dive and get it and someone saves, or you fuck it up, either one. Which is why when we were playing that spike ball, my cousin spiked the ball and they were kicking our ass so bad. I'm like, I gotta do something. These little kids are fucking, I'm 40, I gotta represent. And these 18-year-olds are killing us. So I go to dive for the ball in mid-dive. Rock! I know what that means. This jump's gonna end suddenly, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Whole body. I guarantee you've never seen someone just jump and lay on a rock. Blam! Cut my chin all up, man. Cut my legs and knees and shit. It's one of those ones you just hit there and just lay for a second. Go. What is the point? Can I spend it? Can I do anything with it? No. As you pick yourself up slowly, let's reevaluate how we got here, shall we? You thought a point was so important, you want to displace your jaw and your innards. Don't forget those. That might be, spit. Go ahead and spit. That might be internal bleeding. We don't know yet. No, it's clear for now. Oh, shit. The funny thing is, like, the same one who spiked the ball, like, I kept playing because, I've skated, I actually dislocated my thumb before and just turned it and, like, it drops in, like, okay, cool, let's keep going. And then we kept going. My knees, like, skinned. My elbows are skinned. There were several of us that piled up. It was a long fucking hill. We got up to, like, 40 miles an hour. And several of us bailed. Some of us crashed. Several of us crashed. And slid on concrete for a long time. It was a long fucking hill. Stand up and like, okay, yeah. That's more like the next day it's just all purple. At school, it's just fucking purple. I don't think I'm gonna reevaluate the skateboard. I just started guitar, and I'm not good at skateboarding apparently. But this guitar thing, I'm having fun, and it hurts a whole lot less when a string breaks than when you fall on your face and slide down a hill. Even when you try to aim for the grass and don't quite make it. Oh, you get there, man. Now there's rocks and grass in there. Seriously, stood up and picking like rocks. Ha ha ha. Because don't forget, it's bleeding. And there's concrete in your shins and shit. I can show you my fucking battle scar shins. Look at this shit. You can't see that. I have to get it close up like an HD, but you can see like all the, like, it looks like pockmark. No, there was a rock. And there's a rock. That was torn. And this right here, from here to here, was just scab. Both on this one here to here. Yeah, it was great. Those were the good old days, man. Anarchy. That's what it's all about. Fucking yourself up. You're fucking you up. The government's doing nothing. You understand? I don't need the government to fuck me up. I'm doing this out well enough on my own. You stay out of me fucking me up. You don't, that's why they want to stop. You realize that? That's why they want to stop you from you fucking you up, because they're like, that's our job. That's what you pay us for. You're doing it all wrong. You're going to hurt yourself and die, and we can't get any more money out of you if you do it the way you're doing it. You're bend over. Just let me show you how to. The right way to fuck yourself over. And I voted for this? Yeah. I'd rather go down the hill. I'd rather. Can you start me at the top of the hill? Because this is just your breath right here as you explain it. It's one of the worst parts of it all, if I'm being honest. Isn't this better? Now I want my $500 per month. But is this a service? Because you seem to be having a lot more fun than me, man. Holy shit, I don't get to sit around steak dinners and black tie events, and there's not champagne happening when I eat my meals. When I give a speech, it's not front page news. You guys are really enjoying this a whole lot more than me. You guys are reality TV stars, for fuck's sake. But it's my fucking reality, and you're starring in it. What the fuck? I turn on my TV, and they're there for a reality TV show about me and what's going to happen to my future. And they aren't talking about things I want. And no matter how I vote, nothing fucking changes. Isn't that interesting? It's almost like it's a fucking distraction of some sort to get you like rooting like a fucking football game. We're gonna get you this number. You cheated. You've cheated. Who cheats? You cheated. We went to court and proved it. Meanwhile, what happens? As you fight along there, what does the government do? Trudge right along. There's no rules, just techniques. Especially in love and war. But it extends to EQ and, whatever. If you want to run EQ how you want to run it, then run it how you want it. Like I said, there are people that tell you that you can't, that you should just do a additive EQ, And there's people that say you should only do subtractive EQ. And I go like, why does it not go both ways? If I should only do subtractive EQ. Well, because then you alter the sound. So Pultec passive EQ doesn't alter the sound. Well, it alters the sound, but it doesn't alter the frequency. I hear what you're saying, but it's not making any sense, especially when you're telling me that I should get this plug-in because it adds to sonic character of going through the actual... We're changing the fucking sound, right? You want to change the sound the way I tell you to change the sound. But why? It's my fucking music. It's your fucking music. Why are they telling you shit? I understand getting the techniques and stuff, and I understand listening to the masters and stuff. If you actually, the main thing is, like, if you compare your mixes to earlier music, you'll find you're doing just fine. Listen to the Ramones. Listen to Sex Pistols. These are well-known bands. You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Keep working. Keep plugging. You don't know about sidechaining. Neither did they. They influence all kinds of people. Agent Orange has one of the quietest albums I've ever heard. This is The Voice. But it's one of the best fucking... I don't know what happened. I would love... I think that's one of the reasons it didn't do... Jesus Christ, that album is so good. And I always had to turn the radio up really loud, and I put on another tape, and it just come blasting through, and I never knew why, but I was like, I guess they don't, whatever. I didn't know anything back then about any of that, but I just knew you had to turn the radio up on that one. But it was fucking worth it. It was fucking worth it. After a bit, because you listen to it so much, you remember, okay, I gotta turn the music down. I gotta turn it down. I'm putting on The Clash. Because they've been run through the standard mill, more than likely. And so their shit's loud. Again, going to find out how they get the loudness is different from why. And it's totally different from understanding what loudness entails completely. I'm completely understanding the actual volume. And if you look at it, it's the word volume, and then look at like all the other places that volume is used. Warehouse. We have plenty of volume. It's not loud. What do they mean? In a fish tank, the volume of water. That's not loud. It's water. And then the volume coming out of your speakers is not decibels, nor is it lufs. It's somewhere between the two. I wish I could get an agreement from Agent Orange to, if then the guys are even around. I don't know, to remaster like This Is the Voice. It's so good. It's such a good. I really, really love that album. But then again, like I said, if you go back and listen to like older albums, they just didn't have all the techniques, Listen to some Bob Dylan and stuff. Bob Dylan, yeah, Bob Dylan. Listen to old Jimi Hendrix, not remastered Jimi Hendrix. Listen to old, when they were using the best that they had at the time. Ah, shit, my mixes sound pretty good compared to modern. Yeah, when you compare yourself to the modern, like the masters of the masters, your shit's gonna fall flat. My shit falls flat. It's just I'm not getting the right definition of the. But when I compare with like other musicians, I'm doing just fine, man. We're all doing just fine. We don't need them at all. We have the talents. There's video editors out there at just like your local college. Like I said, there's people that are doing for movies, for directing a video for your song. The main thing is getting and not being hurt if they're like, yeah, I don't want to be part of that. Because it might not be their style. You may not. If your song's like a big metal thing and you have this concept and they're like, will you let me change the concept? No, this is how we want. Work with them. It's free. It might be free. It may not be. Someone who's sitting there willing to work for money might go, if you're sitting there insisting on your idea and instead of letting them get involved in it. And like, what if we change this a little bit? And now they're part of it, right? Dude, that was awesome, man. You want to do another one sometime? Yeah. If you let me run it completely, 'cause I like your music. After listening to it enough, I've heard your lyrics and I understand what you're saying now. I didn't like it at first. I still don't like the style of music, but the lyrics you're saying, the other song on there, I listened to that one. If you let me direct the video, I'll do it for free. Fucking work with people, man. That's what collaboration's about. It's not about getting their fans to like your shit and your fans to like their shit. It's about actually a meeting of the fucking minds and collaborating. Who cares if the fans go along and like it? No, you guys wrote something that you liked together. You guys did something you dug together. That was awesome. Who cares if anybody else likes it? The point of this is to make art, and now hopefully other people like it too. Sometimes it may not be even your generation that likes it. You may not. Then you start talking about the whole planting the tree that you may never sit under. You may never enjoy the shade. You may never enjoy the fruit of. I didn't like the fact that on this hill, during the winter, it kills off all the vegetation, and you can see really clearly. And then during the summertime, you can see also, unless then you got to cut the grass, and it's a really fucked up hill. So back when my fiance was here, we'd throw out like cherry seeds and stuff like that, so that like more, because they grow around here. One's growing right nearby the house. It's really cool, like right by my window where that was the studio window. There's one growing like a cherry tree growing right out there, and it wasn't here before. And it's growing up nicely where it's gonna miss the house, but it'll be near the house. And eventually it'll drop cherries, and there may be some more here. I mean, it's been doing it for years. It's been dropping seeds, but it hasn't been actually. The last couple of years, I've been seeing it drop actual, like making cherries, like the small ones, then dropping them. Before too long, it'll probably get big enough to start dropping real cherries and real seeds, and they might have a whole fucking cherry thing up here. That'd be really cool. And whoever gets this fucking place, kind of has their own little cherry orchard. This place is called Cherryland Village, Cherrywood Village. Not a fucking cherry tree. Except for in my house. And there might be some going up the hill. Look, this is what we call it. No, it's not! It is now? Shut up! No, it's not why you call it cherry wood. No, it's not. It is now. Yeah, you got a nice little thing going down there. It's got even like a little path, because I don't like the fucking kids cutting through my yard. So I would probably make like a path if I could. I'd make a path through the thing, going back behind. And then another path that like lets them go through, but doesn't like they cut through the woods to go to like the path that leads to the road. I don't mind that. I just don't want them to my house. I mean, like right up against. I've seen them like right up against my house. I just don't like it, because I know what little boys get into. I know what they do. Wait. You get home. I thought, what the fuck's this water doing on? Fuck your water. And just keep walking. Why not? I don't know, because when I was younger, I was very, very pissed off about a lot of stuff, and so were a lot of the people I hung out with. Fuck your water. Fuck your water bill. I mean, but like nowadays, I'd be like, I mean, especially now the water bill, like back then, dude, water bill wasn't that bad. Come on. Seriously, anyone who's living back then has to be like, I'm 40. So at the time I was doing this, like 30 years ago. You mean your electric bill's anywhere near the same? You would guarantee you'd be like, dude, if I could have that water back then and the price of eggs, you could turn my water on and just walk by. Fuck your water. Hey, I'll see you later, kid. This is all right. It's fine. The water prices are down. The economy is up. The amount of dick pics I get on my phone, seeing how I can't receive. It's a phone. You can't even do this anymore. If you do this, you're like ridiculous. If you're like, yeah, hey, how's it going? Who the fuck does that anymore? Back in the day, yeah, I'd had like a piece, went to your ear and piece. Now it's just kind of like, you have to do this. Yeah, hey, how's it going? Mm-hmm. And or, yeah. No, we're live right now. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting back to the show. All right. How old are you, Grandpa? 48. Get the fuck off the stage. No one cares about what the fuck you gotta say, old man. Oh, my back. Yeah, so just, I mean, there's no rules. Just do what you want to do, man. And just, I mean, there's law. There's laws. Don't be who Sean said. Are you talking about anarchy and there's no rules? Apparently you said that this is a new law. No, I did. Come in, you gotta watch the whole video. But just go ahead and put the cuffs on, because you're gonna take me any goddamn way. How old is that kid? 12. I told him this isn't the place for him to be. He said he's not leaving. That's not my fault. Don't worry about what happens when I type. Oh. What are we doing? Huh? Are you arresting me today for just, thought crimes? Is that what we're doing? We got the handcuffs. Either you want to get freaky or you want to get funky. What do you want to do? Just tell me what we're doing today. I don't know what we're doing. I have to make up stuff. I'm going to do shit like this. And everyone suffers. Everyone's worse off because of it. Are you happy? All you had to do is tell me what we're doing today, and none of this would have happened. None of it. I hate to victim blame. I do. It's kind of your fault. when I came in, you knew I'm going to do a poll. Is that what you're saying? I'm going to do a poll. What are we doing today? All right. Let's do it. Let's create a poll here in the chat box. Since no one's being active. I don't know if anyone's watching or not, but I mean, you might be watching this late. It's just join in. Put your opinion. The opinion poll is, what are we doing today? I even capitalized the first letter, so you know it's a question coming from my heart. It's not just sloppy, like, I took time on this. You know how much time it takes to people get upset when you cap them, but it's like there's care involved in the space and a period and a question mark. I mean, you put care in there to, like, you don't want it to come across like, oh, are you bitching at me? Obviously not. There'd be an exclamation point, but it's all capital. My caps lock got stuck. I'm really sorry about that. I found out about it halfway through the thing. Hit the button. I could have said, explained it. Back, erased it all. I just figured since we're friends, you'd assume that I'm not yelling at you the whole goddamn time. Why are you? Hey, what are we doing today? I figured like, what are we doing today? But you figured you were smart enough to figure out it's caps lock. Especially when in the middle of it just stops and it's like there's no change of tone. Like, sorry about that. I was very angry. Okay, anyways. I'm calm now. I'm in lowercase. Get the fuck out of here. What are we doing today? Yes? No. That is the poll. Poll has begun. Get your answers in. There it is. It's live. Just now. What are we doing today? Yes or no? It's up to you. So, I could play some music. I could write some music. That's why I like to play in real time. But I mean, usually I play in like E and just improvise and just go around and I like to have fun noodling around. People probably go, "Oh, is this play the same thing?" I do. I did play the same thing in E just to get I'm basically what you're saying is like warming up. If I'm just improvising and going, I'm just warming up my fingers so that way when we go to like actually write, when I go to actually write all those things, I just transpose the key. You see what I'm saying? I get all the things I know in E, I remember them all. I'd go through and run through fast and get my fingers warmed up and just, and so I'm like improvising in E, trying to make new stuff up. So when we go like, okay, A, let's go shift transpose. Okay, cool, we're ready to go. I'm ready to do the same thing in there. And if I need to find a chord, or if I need to find the shift, I've gotten used to the interval shift. So okay, there it is. And if I miss, I might get like something like, oh shit, I was going for no, but that sounds like it's in key, but it's a mistake. But let the mistakes happen, man. Let them happen. You don't have to be right. Remember this, if nothing else, you're learning the song. You're not writing it. You're learning it. Again, how could you know how many times you're supposed to play through it? How would it have a feel if you're writing it? Quantumly, yes, you're writing it. Kind of like the Shakespearean book. Like, what if Shakespeare went back in time and gave himself the book? Yes. Basically. No, he didn't give himself the book. It's energy. Ideas. Ideas can travel anywhere. That's just this thought. It just went to the internet, and now it's in your head. It took a 6-second latency. Move it around, throw it away if you want to, or keep it. See? There's a 6-second delay between what I'm doing, if you're watching live. If not, you're just watching this real time. So sorry about that 6-second delay. Hopefully it didn't hit you too hard on the rebound. I did try to send it through time, and so it might have come back like, I got it the first time, last weasel. What are you doing? Sorry about that. Sorry. It's got a boomerang effect sometimes. I don't know my own strength sometimes. I ate some spinach today. Leave me alone. What? You don't remember Popeye at all? You guys might be too young for Popeye. I don't know how old you guys are. If you're too young for Popeye, look up Popeye. You might understand. I'm not saying to like it or anything like that, but I mean, in order to understand a person, you have to understand where they come from, right? You have to understand what makes them up. You can't just say what your behavior is bad, right? You have to understand why they have that behavior, right? And then you can decide, oh, a murderer, right? Murderer who was abused his entire life, which kind of explains his whatever. I'm not saying let him off. Explains. It does not excuse. I would say that. Explains. It doesn't excuse it. With that in mind, being a person of abuse, what he did is completely heinous and we can't let you out, but we can reevaluate how we're going to punish you. Because your life has been a punishment and you just kind of took that punishment out on other people. So let's just at least reevaluate the punishment we're going to give you. Just reevaluate it, just real quick, one last look over. You're not getting what I'm not saying set him free. No, maybe a mental hospital. I mean, does he just want to, is there any hope? Not for rehabilitation and letting out into society, but is there any hope that, what I mean? Or are they just fucking gone? If they're fucking gone, just throw them away. Sorry, but I mean, if you're just fucking gone, we're trying to have a society here, man. That is the goal, right? That people can walk around without fear of being robbed, beaten, stabbed. We all agree on these, right? Liberals are not saying, they're going, yeah, we want, no, they don't want murderers out in the, no. And conservatives don't want guns running around shooting people. It is a reality of what's happening. And nobody wants it. No. There is no group of people, a majority, that are advocating for this. None. The majority are neither liberal or conservative. They may lean more one way, but when you get drilled down to who they are, look, I believe we should get everybody homes, but we should be fiscally responsible about it. I can't even argue with that. I agree. We should get everybody homes. And we shouldn't cheap them out, but we should get them a home that they can live in. But we shouldn't just throw money. No. We should also teach them how to, because people, you can't just, like democracy, you can't just go around the world and just instill democracy. Especially in people that haven't had it. They don't understand polling. They don't understand any of it. You can't just take out the regime and say, you have democracy now. Bye. We'll see you later. Which is what we do. And that's not right. And I'm not saying instill a puppet or anything like that, but work with the people to get them to be running their own shit. What do we do now? What do we do down here? We get pollsters, and we get we don't have to send someone to run things, even though America likes to do that. We can teach them how to run their own shit. Oh, no, I'm not running for office, sir. No, I'll show you how to run for office. Actually, you're very similar to the guy that left. No, I won't show you how to run for office. See what I'm saying? No, I won't. I won't teach you how to get your voice out to a lot of people. Well, first off, you got to get your message out, what you want to do. And what is your plan? Well, I'm a farmer and I'd like to work with farmers and get the farmers. Okay, that's cool. But I mean, you do realize some people live in the city. Yeah, fuck 'em. Yeah, I'm not going to teach you how to get your message out. Yeah, fuck the city. Okay, no, I'm not going to help you either. Well, the thing is, I grew up in the city, in the farm, so now I'm in the city. And we got to get this where it's worked out better because they're not working together. They're at odds. What you need to do is you got to get your message out to people. You gotta get grassroots. It can't come from like us. It has to come from you guys. It has to be you guys because it'll look like U.S. interference. It has to be from you. You and your people. We can show you how to set up a campaign office. But we're not going to give you strategy. That's going to be. We can tell you some things to help you out. But again, you don't want to look like you're not our puppet. And that's the main thing. If the people think you are our puppet, they're not gonna. They're gonna be like, dude, you just, it's a regime change, yeah, from fucking this asshole to America is now telling us what to do. No, it shouldn't be what it's about. There is no way the American president should tell any president what their country should do. I don't know how we got this idea in our head. We got this idea that America is the savior of the world, and therefore, if there's injustice around the world, well, we shall be there to make it stop. I'm not saying take a blind eye to injustice, but maybe look into the reasons why those things are taking root over there and are allowed to take root over there. We don't have to, is there a resistance party to it? If there is, why aren't they able to help out? Well, their government is okay. We can help without moving in. And we'll just stay here from now on to make sure this never happens. That's not our job, man. It's not our job. The people there can do look at Vietnam. The people there know their layout a whole lot better than we ever will. The tactics, the techniques track. But your knowledge ends at their borders. Because you don't live there. So the Native Americans were able to do it. You're not standing in a line. No, we're not. You're invading our shit. We're standing behind some cover, dumbass. You're uncivilized. What? Uncivilized. So you march in a line as you shoot us? And that makes you civilized? You know we have bows and arrows and spears, right? And hatchets and axes, tomahawks. And when we get finished with a kill, we skin it. Because we take everything. We don't waste. But we don't eat humans. So I'm taking your fucking scalp. He is savage. Dude, you're in my land. You don't get to tell me what's savage here. That's how things go. That's how life. I don't know where you come from, but you can pack your shit and go back there. That's how shit works here. Well, not anymore. I have a gun, and then we have an entitlement from God. Who says? This holy Bible. Show me where it says that you're going to come here and show me exactly where it says that you... Show me. Oh, you mean the two-headed beast that rose out of the fucking ocean? Right, because the New World wasn't here. You guys didn't know. Well, America has 3 heads. No, it has 2 heads. President. Exactly. And the legislative. Judicial. They just judge whether it's not actually a head. Oh yeah, then why are they claiming they're independent from these other 2? That's what they've been saying recently. We're not under jurisdiction of Congress, the Congress that made us. We're not part of the checks and balances. We check and balance you. Yeah, that was their argument. That was a judicial argument that they just made, and apparently no one's saying anything about it. No one's going, hey, no, checks and balances. We should check and balance Supreme Court also. Especially when we have people getting fucking huge donations from billionaires. You got what? Okay, so there's 2-headed beasts. Looked as a lamb and spake as a dragon. So it looked like it was talking peace. But every time it opened his mouth, it was spitting fire everywhere on the land. Hey, you guys knock off all that stuff that you're doing over there. We'd hate to bomb the shit out of you until you stop. No? what's Trump threatening Gaza with? Right? Wait. We didn't like it when Israel was threatening Gaza with attacks. We didn't like when Gaza was attacking Israel with attacks on the 8th, which not started, I mean, it goes way back, but the recent thing, the 8th kind of escalated, 7th, 8th, whatever. Then Israel retaliates to that because they finally had enough of their shit, and they hadn't been retaliating. And then everybody goes, hey, that's not fair. What about the innocent people? You mean the innocent people that stood by while the other people attacked the Israelites for the last 10 years or so that didn't say anything like, hey, guys, please stop. Oh, there was a resistance? Why didn't we help them? Okay, so moving on. No, we just wait for them to go, I didn't do any of this. But you also didn't say anything about, like, hey, they're actually putting the military base right by the school, and that's dangerous because military bases tend to be attack spots. And there's another one right by the hospital. So if you attack the military base, you're basically attacking the hospital. It's an optical thing. They want to make sure. No, I'm an innocent bystander. I don't want to be part of this. Right? Or is it only when the bombs start hitting the schools? And the actual thing that they want to happen, which is the hospital and the schools to be nearby the military bases when they're struck. You hit our hospitals. They're hitting hospitals indiscriminately. They're hitting schools. Well, that's where the military base is. I'm sorry. That's what they did. They chose that. The innocent bystanders didn't say, hey, no. Why? Because you're going to get hit by missiles and stuff, and I'd rather not the children get hit by that or the people in the hospital. But think of how bad they'll look when they hit. True. I just got to hope to not be in there or my kids be in there. And yeah, let's go ahead and move forward with that. No? Why is someone start building a military base next to your high school? What would you guys do when they announced the plans? Even if they'd already started groundbreaking. What would you do? They can't do it. They can't? So it's not a matter of will. I thought, okay, moving on. It's not. I thought if someone's getting like hurt and harmed in front of you and you don't like it, you could stand. I thought you had the free will to stand up. But moving on. There's no rules. There's just techniques on how to do stuff. There's just different techniques of how to do things. You can teach yourself how to play guitar easily, because like I said, you can just kind of understand the note. That's a vibration of the string. You just made the string shorter, even shorter, shorter, shorter. Oh, these little breaks are actual notes between. Okay, I got you. So there's probably, but right, it's not really like there's not much difference. Okay, that's actually. Okay, you broke it up into actual different notes. Gotcha. Wait. Oh, it's the same note. It's on all 12. On all the strings, it's the same note. What we can do with that? I like this note. It's kind of cool, but it sounds like it should resolve. It should go somewhere. Okay. No. No. Okay. Oh, okay, then I can do that. Because that's the one. How many can I add in there? Ooh. I guess I can add 6. And that's a chord. A group of notes up to 6 notes on the guitar is a guitar chord. And yeah, and just work your fingers until they can do independently tons of stuff. Dude, is that thunder? What are you doing? We ate earlier. Jesus. What the fuck, man? Did you want me to tell him about something? Or did I forget? Cologuard. Okay, yeah, Cologuard. He wants Enlist, and I haven't sent in my poop. They want my poop so bad. I don't even know that's what they're doing. It was a joke, man. I finally forget what he's been talking about so much. He's calling me a coward. That's what he's saying. Is pussy on just go and send the poop, and then I could be joining the war. I'm like, I really don't want to support war. I'm a pacifist. Pacifist. I'm a pacifist. I won't. That just means you got poo on your hand. That's all. You're a pacifist. Cause you got that paper. Because we get into a pandemic, and you just get the pacifist. Use a fist, use a fist. So, yeah, an hour and 2 minutes. You just wasted an hour and 2 minutes. You realize that? Why? Hope it was worth it. Enjoy. I'm going to keep them coming. You just let me know what we're doing today. Yes or no? Comment below. Get into the argument with somebody, but reload the thing. Keep reloading it. Every time you click on argue whether or not the person, it gives me another view. So if the more you comment, the more millions and millions and millions and millions of views each one of these videos get. So I love when you guys argue in the comment section about what are we doing? Yes or no? No. We should yes. No. We should no. What if I'm on a yes? That's a good point, but what if we know? You know what I'm saying? And it reloads the video every time. Gives me more streams, more reload of the commercials. Bam! Cheap gear guy becomes rich cheer gear, but cheap and slamming guy. Yeah! You heard me. You heard what I said. Go on.